The temple stood holy and perfect, each pillar bearing its limit of strain serenely, balance and order shining in the dark. And then a rush of swan wings through the air, a shower of stars, thunder, all cracked apart. And those who had built the temple with such care came to a splendor of ruins, saw the perspectives altered and all the pillars thrown to the ground, and silent in their astonishment, learned what the gods can do.
We, as like queer folks and like queer people of color, need to be like represented not only through like our lives and our survival, but also through writings and like archives and like art, and so folks will remember that there were other people like us existing as artists and writers. Harvey Milk was one of the first stories that was like a queer visibility for me, like when I was like 16 or something. So it was actually, you know, really touching to see like the speech and like the papers and stuff, and just kind of like reminding myself of where like the location that I stay in, like in San Francisco, and just you know, what folks have done before me to like get where I can be like queer, like definitely like out at my job, definitely out at like in like all the institutions that I exist in, and like the relations, like even my family and my friends, and etc. I really enjoyed like looking at like over time like what individuals like have like endured and like struggled to like get their work out. And I think, you know, a lot of writers like, you know, today even are discouraged because they like can't get published, or like can't, like no one wants to read their stories, or no one talks about their stories. And it's not necessarily that they're not interesting, it's like no one, like the mainstream like doesn't want them. And like, so we have to create like our audiences, like not create our audiences, but like reach out to our audiences through other ways and alternative means. Placing the most oppressed and marginalized in the center, remembering our histories, seeking a story, finding your story, finding my story, the invisible stories, lives, and identities, queer women of color telling their truths, the invisibility of queer youth, past struggles fighting for the life I get to lead, diving into what it was like, thinking about who resisted, created, and wrote before me, gratitude for the bodies, lands, identities torn for my privileges. Is there a queer Filipino history? Remembering the different ways we looked, felt, and dreamed. How these dreams of representation and liberation became our realities.
Doom is dark and deeper than any sea dingle. Upon what man it fall, in spring, day-wishing flowers appearing, avalanche sliding white snow from rock face, that he should leave his house. No cloud-soft hand can hold him, restraint by women. But ever that man goes, through placekeepers, through forest trees, a stranger to strangers over undried sea, houses for fishes, suffocating water, or lonely on fell as chat by potholed becks, a bird's tone haunting an unquiet bird.